Hi, sir. I am Elmi Malasa, and this is the assigned topic to us: a world of ideas, the global media culture. A world of ideas. The transmission of ideas, meanings, and values around the world, and such as the way as to extend and intensify social relations. As an introduction, we see globalization as the growth of the sizes of social systems and the increase in the complexity of inter-societal links. Thus, in certain respect, globalization may be regarded as a process connecting the past, the present, and the future, as a sort of bridge between the past and the future. It embraces the need to cover a variety of aspects and dimensions of globalizations, and to see both its local and its global manifestations. From our perspective, globalization studies applied research that is not just limited to the most popular spheres of economics and political globalizations, but also includes the study of global problems such as climate change, cultural globalizations, and so on. This focuses on how the globalizations structures affect various forms of cultural life. Culture is used here in the broadest possible sense, referring to the daily practices of people. Thus, this will zero in on everyday globalizations in the realisms of religion, culture, and city life. The major learning outcome of this is to explain the rule of global processes of an everyday life. Globalization entails the spread of various cultures. When a film is made in Hollywood, it is shown not only in the United States but also in other cities across the globe. South Korean rapper Psy song Gangnam Style may have been about a wealthy suburb in Seoul, but its listeners included millions who have never been or may never go to Gangnam. Some of them may not even know what Gangnam is. Globalizations also involve the spread of ideas. For example, the notions of right of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and the transgender LGBT community is spreading across the world and becoming more widely accepted. Similarly, the conservative Christian church that oppose this right moves from places like South America to Korea and to Burundi and Africa. People who travel the globe teaching and preaching their beliefs in universities, churches, public forums, classrooms, or even as guests of a family play a major role in the spread of culture and ideas. But today, television programs, social media groups, books, movies, magazines, and the like have been made it easier for advocates to reach larger audiences. Globalization relies on media as its main conduit for the spread of global culture and ideas. Jack Yule was then right to ask, could global trade have evolved without flow of information on markets, prices, commodities, and more? Could empires have stretched across the world without communication throughout their borders? Could religion, music, poetry, film, fiction, cuisine, and fashion develop as there have without the intermingling of media and cultures? There is an intimate relationship between globalizations and media which must be unraveled to further understand the contemporary world. A world of ideas. Ideas are a thought or collection of thought that generate in the mind. Ideas have been an integral part of globalizations. All of the changes in our surrounding were brought by our ideas. Theory of Forms, Ideas by Plato. This is a philosophical theory concept of world view that the physical world is not real as timeless, absolute and unchangeable ideas. He believes that world is constantly changing because of different ideas that are formed by human mind. For example, innovation of easier lifestyle, technological changes in our surrounding as time goes by. Ideas are the foundations of our culture. They inspired our thoughts and inform our beliefs. Many of them form the very basis of our identity. Some, such as those from non-Western traditions, are only non-entering our awareness as our society becomes more genuinely multicultural, while the ideas of the past have shaped the social, political, and religious institutions of today's world. New concepts continually challenge our perception, fuel debates, and pave our way to the future. Hundreds of additional related ideas and thinkers are discussed and referenced in the text. What is an idea? Theoretically, the term could cover everything from the philosophical argument to the nifty new inventions. I left gadgets and other bright ideas out of a world of ideas, while keeping my definition of an ideas as broad as possibly. A theoretical contract, a belief of guiding tenet, an essential concept in a field of study, and ideological propositions, an influential thought or opinion.
Hello guys, so the topic given to me by our leader is about global media culture. It explores the relationship between the media, culture, and globalization. The course approaches past and current challenges concerning international communication and explores and problematizes the power of media representation. Here in exploring the relationship between the media, culture, and globalization. Through the media, we know what is happening around the world. Or should I say, we are always updated about what's going on in our country, even the other countries. For example, on television, there are channels that show different cultures of different countries. We can also search on the internet. Because of the media, there is globalization. Because the whole country is being watched. There, we fully know the culture of each other. Because if ever we go to another place or country, we have prior knowledge of their culture. Kumbaga po, hindi po tayo ignorante sa kung ano ang kanilang kultura. Through the media, para-pareho ang na-receive na information ng iba't ibang countries. People had an easier access of information. Of course, global media made it easier for people to learn or know about other cultures, even at home, via TV, shows, etc.
Hi sir, my name is Jessica M. Daod from BPED 1A. What is mass media? Mass media includes all forms of information communicated to a large group of people, from handmade signs to international signs to an international news network. The mass media are today seen as playing a key role in enhancing globalizations and facilitating cultural exchange and the multiple flows of information, images between countries through international news broadcasts, television programming, and new technologies, film, and music. Mass media means of communication that reach numbers of people in a short time, such as magazines, newspaper, and radio, that play a big role in the life of the society. They inform, educate, and entertain people. The internet televisions, and newspapers are the main sources for finding out what's going around you. Society relies on mass communication for news and information about our daily lives. It reports the weather, current issues, the latest celebrity gossip, and even start times for our games. For example po sir, ay sa ngayon po ay nakikita po naman natin sa news na unti-unti na bumabalik sa pagiging normal ang ating bansa. Sa kasalukuyan nga ay mayroon ng limited face-to-face ngayon at nagkakaroon ng karagdagang information ang mga tao sa pamamagitan ng mass media. Nakakatulong ito upang mas malaman natin kung ano nga ba talaga ang nangyayari sa ating bansa o sa ibang bansa rin. Nakakatulong ito upang mabigyan tayo ng linaw sa ating isipan at mabigyan din tayo ng magagandang nangyayari din sa ating bansa, tulad ng mayroon ng Miss Universe, ganon. Na-entertain tayo na panoorin ang ganoong mga nangyayari sa ating bansa. What is media? Media means of conveying something such as a channel of communications. The media greatly influence society. They inform people about what is happening. It permeates people's lives by creating their own opinions and criteria. In this way, the media moves the masses, creating different social movements. Media is the communication outlets or tools used to store and deliver information or data. Media comes from in many different formats, including print media, includes books, magazines, and newspapers. Broadcast media includes radio, film, and television. And the last is digital media, includes internet media and the internet site. The importance of media is to give us immense knowledge and transmit information to keep us informed about what is happening around the world. We can see that how media is playing a role in this pandemic situation. It gives us a lot of general knowledge about the things what happening in this world. Media let the country or state or world to know what is happening. Katulad ng sinabi ko sa mass media ay mas nagkakaroon tayo ng sapat na kaalaman upang alamin kung ano nga ba talaga ang nangyayari sa ating bansa. Nagiging saksi tayo or nagiging handa tayo kung ano ang mga posibilidad na mangyari pa sa ating bansa. Katulad ng sa Department of Health, naging handa sila upang agad nilang nasolusyonan o napalawak agad upang maiwasan ang paglakop ng COVID viruses sa iba't ibang lugar ng ating bansa.
Morning, sir. My name is John Vincent M. Batallar from Bachelor of Physical Education 1A. So our task leader assigned me to discuss about the importance of global media culture. So the media have a significant impact on cultural globalization in two ways that are mutually dependent. First, they provide extensive transnational transmission of cultural products. Second, they contribute to the formation of communicative networks and social culture. Some examples of social forces that are creating a global culture include electronic communication like telephones, email, and fax machines. The mass media includes television, radio, and film. Some examples are the news media, the internet, international business and banks, and the United Nations, to name only a few. So, how does culture affect global media? For me, culture in the developed world is spread through mass media channels. Just as society forms and is formed and passed by messages in the mass media, so it goes with culture. Cultural products and their popularity can influence which media channels people prefer. We all know that social media is a powerful tool in terms of communication in today's generation. Social media connects people across space and time and allowing them to find like-minded communities and participate creatively in public life as never before. Moreover, social media promotes the interconnectedness and interdependence of a culturally diverse world. New social media have become increasingly popular components of our everyday lives in today's globalizing society. They provide a context where people across the world can communicate, exchange messages, share knowledge, and interact with each other regardless of the distance that separates them.
Global media and international communication, 7 dimensions. International communication referred to a study of global communication. The communication practice that across international borders and need for international communication was due to the increasing effects and influences of globalization. International communication encompasses political, economic, social, cultural, and military concerns. When we talk about international communication, we are really talking about the 7 dimensions of the topic. These are the technology, telecommunication, cultural product, news, mails, cultural relations, and the language. First, we are going to talk about the technology. Technology is the branch of knowledge that deals with the creation and use of technical means and their interrelation with life, society, and the environment, drawing upon such as industrial arts, engineering, applied science, and pure science. Technology is the sum of any techniques, skills, methods, and processes used in the production of goods or services or in the accomplishment of objectives such as scientific investigation. In simple words, technology refers to methods, systems, and devices which are the result of scientific knowledge being used for practical purposes. Technology is changing fast. They should be allowed to wait for cheaper technologies to be developed. Examples of technology are washing machines, tumble dryers, refrigerators, cars, flooring materials, televisions, and etc. There are types of technology which are mechanical, electronic, industrial and manufacturing, medical, and communications. Technology enables the effective sharing of data to address some of society's biggest challenges and help individuals and organizations to be more innovative, efficient, and productive. Technology is changing. Digital communication technologies connecting people across the globe has become easier and faster. From a time when people faced problems in sending and receiving messages via mobile phones due to internet. Even internet technology has come of age. Technology has made our lives far easier and better through better communication. The role of technology has successfully made the communication aspect much easier and better for us humans. Technology is the application of scientific knowledge to the practical aim of human life. So the sum of the ways which is the social groups provides themselves with the material object of their civilization is what we call technology.
Hello everyone, I am Rafaela Andes and I'm here to discuss the second dimension of global media and international communication, which is telecommunication. So telecommunication is the telegraphic or telephonic communication of audio, video, or digital information over a distance by means of radio waves, optical signals, etc. or along a transmission lines. So what is telecommunication? It is an electronic transmission of information over distances. The information may be in the form of voice telephone calls, data, text, images, or videos. Telecommunication links that form a channel through which information is transmitted from a sending device or to a receiving device. So, the benefits of telecommunication are improved efficiency in communication, boosts flexibility in working place, saves time, costs, and office space. Quick accessible communication, worldwide access, and easy to exchange ideas from different people. So, what is the telecommunication examples? The examples are telephones, telegraph, radio, satellites, and internet. As we can see, telecommunication became gradually a more global industry with increasing competition. In addition, new technological development such as mobile telecommunications and digitalization have had a significant impact on the restructuring of the industry. How does telecommunications affect communication? Technology affects communications by making it easier, quicker, and more efficient. It allows you to track conversations and therefore provide better customer service. Communication processes can empower by providing us information and knowledge as a buzz for change and innovation. Also, there are disadvantages in telecommunication. It includes cultural barriers, remote areas that doesn't have access. It's expensive, misunderstanding, poor connections, and downed power lines. So, the importance of telecommunication in education is that earlier education meant only attending schools at normal school hours. However, with the pandemic and the introduction and development in telecommunication, things have changed a lot. The internet is as a part of the telecommunication service helps students what is known as distance learning or e-learning. This basically helps students opt for higher education and in their preferred courses. Almost all types of courses you can think of are available in such distance learning institutions, and they have lecturers who give classes and notes to their students, just like the way it happens in the face-to-face classes. But you have more benefits to enjoy here as are mentioned below. things are very easy as far as distance learning is concerned, and the only telecommunication products required is a computer, phone with internet connection, and then the students can start with their course study.
Hi sir, I'm Jeneline M. Armenta from BPED 1A. This is the continuation of report about global media and international communication. The third dimension is cultural product. Cultural products, goods and service that include arts, which is performing arts, visual arts, architecture, heritage conservation, museums, galleries, libraries, the cultural industry, written, media, broadcasting, film, recording, and festivals. So, the UNESCO has declared that these products are not like other forms of merchandise. Such a declaration has far-reaching consequences for public policy towards culture and for the treatment of these goods and service an international agreement regarding the trade and investments. The cultural products are not like other goods. It is a distinction with considerable appeal, but one that calls for significant clarification. Cultural products about are merchandise the people have forgotten. Cultural products, also known as craft, handicrafts, ethnic products, or handicrafted products, have been involved in people's lives for generations. There are an example of cultural products include newspapers, CDs, DVDs, paintings, or ceramics. Often, a tangible good is the physical expression or a copy of an intangible good. It can be sold or distributed separately by its owner or by others. The purpose of cultural products: to preserve and promote local culture. Cultural products can be considered as regional marketing channels, which provide an essay to communicate touchpoint for showcasing culture. Through design, a product is able to embrace creativity, aesthetics, function, and other connection for the living needs. The importance of cultural product is to have great potential as export merchandise because they have unique characteristics which represent their culture or origin. Cultural products require special skills, which only people who have knowledge of the product know how to produce. The uses of cultural products should be defined as a society creative expression and artistic forms, as well as its traditional knowledge and practices, which reflect a living culture and express the distinctive material, intellectual, spiritual, and emotional features that characterize a society or social group. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Renz Diop. So, number 4, news. News is information about the current events. So, what is understood by the word news. So a news is a report of an event, and what an event itself. News means the record of event that has taken place in an important era. The significant elements of news is that it's an event in which some of kind of action take place. Why is the news important? News is the part of our communication that keep us informed of changing events, issues, and characters in the world outside. Thought it may be interesting or even entertaining, the foremost value of news is as utility to empower the information. So, how important is news to your life? News is important for a number of reasons within a society. Mainly, to inform the public about events that are around them and may affect them. News is important to us, a social gathering space to hence a newspaper either online or physical place to emphasize our news. Number 5, mails. A postal service can be private or public. Thought many governments place restriction or private systems as systems for physically transporting postcards, letters, and parcels. So, what is the difference between mail and email? Mail is a physical means of sending letters, including photos, contents letter, or parcel of various items. Email is electronic mails sent through the internet. It is sent to official or personal account address that can be accessed by the particular individual anywhere and everywhere. Why is it called mail? The word mail comes from the Middle English word mail, referring to a traveling bag or pack. It was spelled in that manner until the 7th century and is distinct from the word mail. In the 17th century, the word mail began to appear as a references for a bag that contained letters or bag of full letter on 1654. That will be all. Thank you.
Good day, sir. I am John Aribadronio Lomario, and the assigned topic for me is all about cultural relations. So first, what is cultural relations? Cultural relations refers to interventional in foreign cultural arenas with the aim of enhancing intercultural dialogue and bringing about mutual benefits connected to security, stability, and prosperity. Cultural relations are reciprocal, non-coercive, transnational interaction between two or more cultures, encompassing a range of activities that are conducted both by state and non-state actors within the space of cultural and civil society. This discuss is important issues in understanding cross-cultural relations with particular emphasis on the requirements of effective leadership. And the overall outcomes of cultural relations are greater connectivity, better mutual understanding, more and deeper relationship, mutually beneficial transactions, and enhanced sustainable dialogue between states, peoples, non-states actors, and cultures. And through public policy tools such as public diplomacy and cultural diplomacy, strategic communication and conditionality, including policies of mass persuasions and propaganda, countries and state-sponsored institutions rely on promoting and strengthening their foreign policy interests and influencing perceptions and preference. Cultural relations can be distinguished from state-led activities such as public diplomacy, cultural diplomacy, and nation branding, in that they do not originate only from from policies of state actors. Through this, the range of institutions and non-state actors involved publishing their reciprocity. They are however a tangible component of international relations in the sense that they compass the space in which a wide range of non-state actors engage in the fostering of intercultural dialogue, which can be either in favor of or against the national interest of state actors. There is no universally shared definition of cultural relations, but generally between different cultures which are focused on intercultural dialogue and the aim bringing and benefit. So, according to Google, this is a good example of cultural relations. So, a good example of positive cultural relations would be student exchange. Students travel abroad to study, but for more valuable often than direct learning, it's the experience of being immersed in a foreign culture. That's all, sir. Thank you.
Hello, so my name is Mark Cervantes. Lastly is language of the global media and international communications. So when we say language, language is the method of human communications, either spoken or written, consisting of the use of words in a structured and conventional way. And it is a study of the way children learn language and a system of communication used by a particular country or the community. So language help us express our feelings and thoughts. This is unique to our species because it is a way to express unique ideas and customs within cultures and society. And language help us preserve cultures, but it also allows us to learn about others and spread ideas quickly. So, sa iba't ibang country natin is may kanya-kanya tayong language which is ginagamit natin para magkaunawaan, magkaintindihan at ma-express ang feelings natin. So, dito sa atin is gumagamit tayo ng Filipino, and the other province is may iba't iba din silang language na ginagamit. Merong Bisaya, ganan. Tapos, yung iba marunong na silang mag Tagalog. So sila na nag-a-adjust para magkaintindihan ang mga tao dito sa atin. So, pag other country naman ang pag-uusapan natin is for example, Philippines and Korea. So, para magkaunawaan ng isang country, so we need to use a primarily language na given sa ibang country, which is the English. So, hindi natin pwedeng gamitin ang Filipino language natin para makipag-usap sa Korea. And then, hindi nila pwede gamitin ang language nila para makipag-usap sa atin kasi pag pinagsabay natin ang language nila at language natin, ang mangyayari is walang magkakaintindihan kasi iba yung language yung ginagamit nila, iba yung sa atin. At pag ginamit natin yun ng sabayan, hindi natin maiintindihan ang isa't isa. So, kailangan natin gumamit ng English para magkaunawaan ang isang tao sa ibang bansa or the other country. So, kaya parang general ata ang English na gamitin worldwide para mas magkaunawaan, magkaintindihan ang isang bansa. So, for example, pakipagpalitan ng produkto, gumagamit din sila ng English language para magkaunawaan. So, the primarily uses of language is the informative and expressive language. So, Informative, it applies to written and spoken language that can be determined as true or false. Informative language is often seen in analytical reports, descriptions, arguments, and everyday speech. For example, a person uses informative language when they are making a statement that provides information or that adds emphasis into known information. So, for example, a person who says, "The sky is blue," it is using language to inform others about a known fact. So, nag-inform nila na the sky is blue, which is given na alam ng tao na ang sky talaga is blue. So, that is the informative. And the last is the expressive. So expressive is the language that is used to express a mood or feeling is considered an expressive use of language. Expressive language can reveal a person's happiness, sadness, anger, or other state of emotion. Yung sinasabi ko kanina, language can be used to reasoning, express ideas, argue a point, and provide direction. So language is so very important to us to understand them, to express our emotions, to give our reasons, to provide a solutions, and to tackle about the things around us.
Television was the world into a global village. Television is an inescapable part of our modern culture. We depend on TV for entertainment, news, education, culture, weather, sports, and even music. Since the advent of music videos, because of its ability to create powerful touchstones, TV enables young people to share cultural experiences with others. Television is a system for transmitting visual images and sounds that are reproduced on screens, chiefly used to broadcast a program for entertainment, information, and education. The television set has become a commonplace in many households, business, and institutions. The world view as a community in which distance and isolation have been dramatically reduced by electronic media such as television and internet. Cultural imperialism, values, practices, and meanings of a powerful foreign culture are imposed upon one more native culture. In conclusion, cultural imperialism can have both positive and negative on global communication. It can promote generally positive agendas like equal rights, and improve the quality of many life for many people were successful. Advantage of cultural imperialism: greater variety of commodities available. New technologies are introduced. Language skill may increase. Economic development may take place as trade increases between two locations.